Hey you guys, today we are going to be working on prime and composite numbers. You are going to need your multiplication chart and your math notebook. You can pause the video to get what you need and then unpause it to come back. So we're going to title this prime and composite. You also might need a calculator for this. So the word prime, that means only has two factors. One and itself. So numbers that only have two factors, which are one and itself, are considered prime. Okay? A composite number it has more than two factors. Think of like Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime, they market themselves for getting things in under 2-day shipping. Two factors. So you can remember two that way. Only, Amazon Prime, only in 2 days. And then composite, it kind of sounds like a campsite, composite, campsite, composite, campsite, composite. In a way, kind of. And there are lots of options for campsites, so that means more than two factors. So that might be a silly way to help you. So let's do the number, say 45. I'm going to create what's called a factor tree. So I put the number 45 at the top, and I'm going to list all the factors that I can think about that go into 45. Now, I know that 1 times 45 equals 45. So I said 1 times 45. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in 45 divided by 2. Hit enter. And I get 22.5. Because I have that decimal, I know that 2 does not go into 45 equally. 2 is not a factor of 45. Now, I've tried 1, I've tried 2, the next number is 3. I'm going to do 45 divided by 3, and I get 15. So I'm going to put 3 here and 15. 3 times 15 equals 45. Now, I've tried 1, 2 didn't work, we tried 3. Now let's try 4. 45 divided by 4. I get 11.25. So that does not go into it equally. I'm going to hit clear. Now I'm going to try 45 divided by 5. And I get 9. So I'm going to put 5 here and 9 here. And I know that 5 times 9 equals 45. Now, I'm going to say, since I've tried 5, I'm going to try 45 divided by 6. And I get 7.5, so that is not equal. So, the next number after 6 is 7. 45 divided by 7. I got this really long number, so 7 is not a factor of 45. After 7 comes 8. 45 divided by 8. And I get 5.625 because that has a decimal that does not go into it equally. Now, after 8 comes the number 9. 45 divided by 9. And I get 5. But I already have that on here. So since I'm starting to repeat, because I know that 5 times 9 is 45 and 9 times 5 is 45, I know that these are all my factors of 45. So that means 45 would be composite. because 45 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 factors. We just listed them right here. The reason I like doing the factor tree is it helps make sure I don't miss any, and it also helps to make sure I don't repeat any. Okay, let's try another one, but we're going to try with a smaller number. So you can do this with a calculator, but you could also do it with your multiplication chart. So let's try to do that. Let's say our number was, we'll keep it simple and say it was 28. I know that 1 times 28 is going to get me 28. Always, factor trees are always going to start with 1 and its main number. Now, if I don't have a calculator nearby, I might have to divide 28 into 2 because that's my next number I need to do. So, I could do 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, I could decide if 2 went into 28 by using a calculator. If I don't have a calculator, I might need to draw it out. I have not taught you longhand division yet, so that's why I'm doing it this way. Okay, I could also use my multiplication chart, but let's see. So I'm going to divide by 2. I can see I can give a base 10 to each one. Now I have 8 ones. What do I know about 8 and 2? You're right. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 times 14 equals 28. You do not have to do this each time. As you can see, your multiplication chart here only goes up to 12, not 45. So that's why we had to use the calculator for some of the bigger numbers, okay? Let's see if so I just used a different strategy. Let's see if 28, if 3 goes into it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at 3, and I'm looking, and I do not see 28 anywhere on that line. So I know 3 is not a factor of 28. Now I'm going to look at 4. 4, 4, oh, I see that 4 has 28 in its line, and it's 7 times. So I'm going to put 4 and 7. I know that 4 times 7 equals 28. I'm going to look at 5. See, 5 does not go into 28. 6. See, 6 does not go into 28. I'm going to 7s. I see that 7 goes into 28 4 times, but I already have that written down right here. So because 28 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 factors, because that is more than 2, I know that this number is composite. Okay, let's do another number. Let's try 13. I know that 1 times 13 equals 13. Oh, sorry. I don't know why I wrote a 2. Getting crazy. Okay. So I'm going to use a calculator for this one. I'm going to say 13 divided by 2. I get a decimal. 13 divided by 3. I get a decimal. 13 divided by 4. I get a decimal. 13 divided by 5. I get a decimal. 13 divided by 6. I get a decimal. 13 divided by 7. I get a decimal. 13 divided by 8. I get a decimal. Divided by 9. I get a decimal. 13 divided by 10. I get a decimal. You guessed it, decimal. Decimal. 13 divided by 13. Oops. and I get 1. So you can see I've already repeated 1 times 13. So that means that would be prime. Okay? That would be prime. So you need to do these steps. We are going to practice this in class together. So please, please, please come with questions, and I'm going to have you practice this on a Google form as well. Let me know if you need anything.